I'm only here since January was it? Started the 1st of February officially, but I've been working in the background since January. Just come in as director of football and as head coach this season, and it's a great year to come part of the club, 100 years. So we're going to bring in a new junior framework based around what it is to be a mountaineer. We're known as the Mountain Men, but we're going to maybe address the junior group of players as mountaineers. And if you just look at what to be a mountaineer is, you have to have courage when you're climbing a mountain, you have to have resilience to get back up if you have a mishap, you have to be able to plan, and you have to be able to be part of a team, because these mountaineers, when they climb or mountains, they have a team on the ground, they'll have a team up top, so you've got to be able to work within a team. So there's some cool characteristics that we can take from being a mountaineer and bring it into our football framework at junior level. Mountaineers is not just people that climb the mountains, it's actually people that live within the region, and when you come up here on a Tuesday and Thursday night or a Wednesday night, you'll see the whole community, Mangere community up here walking around the mountain, exercising up here. We've got the softball here as well, so it's a great community base. So yeah, it could be something that could be filtered through the whole club and the whole community. It's been quite good actually. Okay, we've had a week of lockdown, but there's a good culture of players at the club. They've been here last season, they were top of the league with Hibiscus Coast right up until lockdown, so I think they have some unfinished business. There are a lot of the players have played with each other right through underage, right up to senior football at various clubs, so there's a good culture within the club, and that was something that was very important. I did my due diligence on and spoke to some of the players before applying for the role, and speaking to Paul, spoke to Paul about the culture, and that's something that's very, very important. If you have a good culture in the club, everything else becomes quite easy. I feel very privileged to be the head coach and director of football this year, and it is a very exciting year, and hopefully we can deliver on the pitch. I know the first game, the players now are chomping at the bit and can't wait to go, and then I think 100 years is going to be celebrated on the second last game of the season, so hopefully we'll have some silverware to show for it.
So this year I'm senior convener, but also myself and 3 others are on the 100-year committee, so we are hoping to have a really great weekend of football as well as celebration. So we have on Friday the 27th, we're going to have a nice formal kind of meet and greet dinner slideshow kind of presentation, looking back at some of our teams over the years, some of our successes. Then on the Saturday we're going to hopefully have as many home games as possible, so I'm talking everything from our little kind of 6th grade children right up to our men's first team, so it's going to be awesome. Our men's social teams will also be up here, and then we'll finish the night probably with a bit of a boogie and catching up with old friends that we haven't seen for a while that might have retired or gone to different clubs. And then on the Sunday we're going to have a women in football day, so we will have hopefully 2 ladies games up here, as well as maybe some of our youth females coming up as well, if we can get those rescheduled, and a farewell brunch just to say goodbye to everyone. So yeah, it should be a really great weekend. We're really enthusiastic about it ourselves, and I'm sure that will show on the finished product on that weekend. Many of our men's and ladies players have got children that are now coming up through the ranks. So for example, on a Saturday afternoon, if the men's first team are at home, with COVID last year we actually kind of had a little bit of time because we were playing, to actually come up and fully support them. The club was literally, if you were downstairs it would have sounded like there was a herd of elephants. That's how enthusiastic everyone was. We are hanging out the windows and we're cheering the first team on. The kids are there and they're all playing and stuff like that, and it was awesome. It was a real vibe.
Yep, so we originally, the first game was recorded on the 21st of May 1921. It was made up of mainly boys from Auckland Grammar, and we were called the Onehunga Methodist. The game was against St Heliers in town. The score was never recorded though, so we don't actually know who won. We can find back to 1923 where the strip was blue and yellow stripes. This is because most of the boys went to Auckland Grammar School, as I said, and so they just kind of took on those colours. We've played at Gloucester Park over in Onehunga. We've also been part of Waikaraka Park, and then when we moved up here as Onehunga Mangere. So we won the Chatham Cup in 1954. It's probably the biggest achievement for the club yet. I think our other biggest achievement was in 1920-ish. We were the first club in the world to play a game under spotlights, under lights. So So it's another big achievement, and I think it's all just building up to everything that's happened in the past. You know, the Chatham Cup, it's all been building up to this year. You know, celebrating 100 years is a huge achievement. Oh, so far hours and hours. There's 4 of us on our 100-year committee at the moment. Myself, Victoria, Peter Thomas and Kevin Lofters. So we're meeting now every 2 weeks to build on what we're doing. We've been out in the community just asking for information, trying to collect those stories and that people want to tell, but they're a bit wary to tell them. So yeah, talking to New Zealand football, talking to old members. Please, if you've got anything you want to add, if you've got any, you know, stories to tell, any figures, anything, just email us. We want to make this event as big as possible, you know, for all the people in our club, right from our littlies up to our seniors. Got anything to share, please get in touch. Yeah.